Hey, what's up? This is Jag Mangat for the Sports Post Podcast trade deadline special. It's coming up tomorrow at 12 o'clock Pacific time. So we got a couple big names for you. Kyle Lowry, the hottest free agent out. Or I would say, sorry, not free agent, but the hottest name to buzz around in the NBA. And quite frankly, I thought it was Miami and Philadelphia, but now, according to Woj, it's the Lakers too. I have a hard time believing that because I think Masai Ujiri is just trying to gain some leverage, and quite frankly, I just can't see him going to the Lakers. I can't because after this, he's even said it on record that he wants a 2-year extension and at $25 million plus. I can't remember how old is he or how old he is, but he's up there in age, and he wants 25 per. So that's another thing. Could he be a rental? I have no idea. But if I'm a contending team, I have to take a look at that. Speaking of the Raptors, they're also willing to ship off Norman Powell because he's got a player option at the end of this year, which he's pretty much set to decline that because he's playing out of his mind. Remember, he had 43 points last. I think it was like a couple games ago, 43 points, and the guy's unreal. He's young, he's talented, so a lot of a lot of teams would be interested in him. There's no team that is rumored to have links to acquire him, but wait and see. So Kyle Lowry, Heat, Philadelphia, and the Lakers. Now let's get to JJ Redick. JJ Redick, he's a seasoned veteran, but my money would be if he got bought out, he would go to the Brooklyn Nets, and that's where his off-season home is. That's where he spends most of his time. So he would go to the Brooklyn Nets. Also, he has ties to the Utah Jazz coach from his days in college. So he could possibly go there. I'm not 100% sure, but my money is on the Nets. He's going to the Nets. Um, Lonzo Ball is a restricted free agent. Lonzo Ball, restricted free agent, has been rumored to either go to the Knicks or the Bulls. Most likely the Bulls, because the Bulls also have a RFA in Lowry Markkanen, who never signed his rookie extension deal. So therefore, it might just be a swap out because Zach LaVine is not the kind of point guard that is a playmaker. He's a shot taker, and he's a really good one. But the Bulls need a Bulls need a playmaker, and that's Lonzo Ball. So I'm guessing Lonzo Ball gets traded to the Chicago Bulls and signs a lucrative deal with the Chicago Bulls. So on to the buyout. The buyouts. Oh, sorry. On to Victor Oladipo. Before I get to the buyouts, Victor Oladipo has turned down an extension from the Pacers. They traded him to the Rockets. Rockets offered him an extension, which he turned down as well. So, if I'm the Houston Rockets, I am pretty much wanting to trade this guy because he's not going to sign up with my team long term at all. So, I'm going to trade him, and I'm going to trade him to, rumor has it, is it either the Knicks or Miami Heat. Miami Heat is not pushing it hardcore because Miami Heat, they know they can get him in the off season. He is wanting to go to Miami Heat in the off season because he's a UFA at the end of this year. So he's looking to go there. So it's either the Knicks or the Bulls. With the Knicks and the Bulls, they're gonna have a lot of suitors and a lot of people that want to go there because Knicks are playing unreal. Julius Randle had like 7 threes last night. So, quite frankly, that's what's going to happen. Buyout market, besides Cleveland Cavaliers trading JaVale McGee, Andre Drummond, it's either the Lakers, the Mavs, the Clippers, the Nets, or the Boston Celtics. So anybody's up for the taking for that one. But the Lakers are in desperate need of him. The Celtics, speaking of which, they have been rumored to get Aaron Gordon. I don't know 100% what's going to happen there because I guess he's had a change of heart. I have no idea. I don't know why it's Orlando. You're not going to win Orlando. So he might end up being a Boston Celtic by tomorrow at 12. I have no idea. This is the Jag Magnet podcast, Jag Magnet for the Sports Post podcast, and I will break down every single detail, every single trade, every single buyout in the buyout market later today and tomorrow, and any breaking news. So make sure you tune in. Make sure you go to jagmanga.com. Make sure you go to my Google Podcast, iTunes Podcast, Castbox, Spotify. I'm going to be everywhere. Everywhere is NBA posted, I will be there and I will break it down for you. This is Jag Magnet for the Sports Post podcast, March 24th. Tomorrow is the trade deadline at March 25th at 12 Pacific time. Make sure you tune in. Jag Magnet for the Sports Post podcast.